Film history is littered with adaptations of best-selling books that didn't quite translate to the big screen, but for every Hannibal, there's been a Gone with the Wind. The question de nos jours is, will Helen Fielding's runaway bestseller work on celluloid? On the surface, it's looking quite promising, since she was aided and abetted by two of the best screenwriters around. Andrew Davies, the man who gave us the BBC's Pride and Prejudice, and a man who knows how to turn a comic line or two, one Richard Curtis. We visited the set of Bridget Jones to watch the dramas unfold and the pies go down. Bridget Jones was a best-selling novel by Helen Fielding. The film stars Renée Zellweger, Hugh Grant, Colin Firth and a veritable who's who of British thesps, including the peerless Jim Broadbent.
236, take 1 A and B cameras.
It's a classic love story of girl meets false love, mistakes him for true love, misses true love, then realises mistake and ends up with true love. It's kind of a mystery to me why so many women have related to it all over the world, but I think it's something to do with the gap between how women feel they're expected to be and how they actually are. I think there's an awful lot of women who have the feeling they're supposed to be that girl in the 24-hour mascara ad, you know, who gets up in the morning and runs from the gym to the board meeting and then home to cook dinner for 12 people and a perfect husband and children. And I think it's a relief to see Bridget trying to do it, who, when the guest arrives, is standing in her underwear with wet hair and one foot in a pan of mashed potato.
Stupid ass!
I'm freezing, Rose. I'm freezing. I'm drowning.
The best comedy is based on pain, and actually there's quite a painful heart to both Four Weddings and a Funeral and Notting Hill. It's love gone horribly wrong, someone actually quite suffering. And I think that the fact that Bridget's sort of suffering, really, in this film is what makes it funny. It's a good part, and I did, of course, worry that Colin would kind of win the film, because his character wins her, and that's very often the case. But I comforted myself with the fact that I thought my character had more juicy lines. I counted them.
The single woman in her 30s was paralysed somewhere between the Cosmo Girl and Miss Havisham in terms of her identity, whereas in fact a quarter of all households are single in the UK. It's a perfectly normal way to be. Most people will be single at some stage of their lives, so it's good that there is the word singleton and that these women have a new identity, even if she's a bit pissed and smokes a lot.